Greetings and welcome back to Hearts of Iron for Old World Blues. In this video I am going to be playing as a much loved and requested fan favorite, the Elder Immortal, and be leading the Washington Brotherhood to victory in Seattle. So without much further ado, let's get started. And so here we are. Now there are two unique things about the Washington Brotherhood that makes them quite difficult to play, and that is that they have probably the oldest focus tree of any nation in Old World Blues, besides the generic nations that still exist. And also it is one of, I believe, 3 nations or scenarios that actually start the game at war. And on top of that, the only nation that starts a war with 2 other nations, which a possible third very early in the game. Okay, so that's what makes them a bit difficult. Let's run through things before we get started. We have some spirits. So standard bunker blues for Brotherhood Nation. Nice thing about this is it gives an extra 60 to my special forces capacity and minus 30% damage to my garrisons, which is quite nice. Stalkers of Seattle is all about their occupation, and political power is down 5%, non-core manpower is down by 10%, but I do get boosts to my division attack and defense on core territory, and my production cost for power armor and infantry equipment is slightly lower. Then this is what Elder Immortal came here for in the beginning, research site P1. This gives extra 0.07 arm experience per day, and more importantly for me right now, an extra 4% research speed. Now, the dissolution of Lance Squadron is, again, the story behind them. A lot of debuffs, but will be removed once I am victorious over some certain factions and I've cored their states. And this is probably the biggest bummer right now, is I cannot accept volunteers until the 1st of January 2277. So for the next 2 years, I am on my own. And I'm hoping that this game will be, or actually that I won't need help by the time I get there. Then now I have no unique decisions for these guys right now. And I can also start an intelligence agency, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to sacrifice 2 civilian factories while I am at war. Then we have research. This is one of the great things about Brotherhood Nations, is the amount of research slots we have. It is 5. If I remember correctly, I don't get another one. So I'll be stuck with this, but this is more than enough. So I've started some warrior training to get my training time down by 5%. Get myself some automatic weapons for my templates. I was contemplating doing the land doctrine or air power, but I decided on the air power rather. I do get some bonuses for researching doctrines later on, and I want to have those ready when I use them so I can be fast as possible. And the next doctrine actually minuses my population by 10%, which something I don't want to do so early in the game. Then my last 2, I have my personal standard. I have some engineering. I'm going for industry planning so I can get my production efficiency up and more factories in my state when I build. And then, as always, Ohm's law for some extra research speed. Okay, construction. I have set up construction in order of the states that have the highest infrastructure, because that means they'll build the fastest. So I've just got everything built here. And production wise, we start with 6 military factories. 5 of them are already dished out to energy weapons and the wasteland power armor. But and I would really love to add one more onto my infantry equipment, but my power armor template requires anti-tank rifles, so I'm going to have to use this on them so I can keep them supplied during the war. Then let's have a look at the templates. I have renamed and redone the symbols already. You won't start with this. The heavy special forces is a 15 with power armor with anti-tank rifles. Then we have our normal infantry, currently a 10 with no support units. And the militia, which I've renamed Brotherhood conscripts, 6 combat with, again, no support units. Now, normally in a game, we would start building up our army at a good pace while we prepare for war. Even if you're playing as Lannister's cohort, you have at least some time before your first war. I don't have that time. So what I'm focusing on is just getting numbers. So I am going to start the recruitment of 22 of the militia template. The reason being is they have the lowest manpower count. Right now, I just need bodies in the field. Once everything's settled, I can change them up later to some proper templates. You do actually start with about, I think it's 5.3 thousand, but obviously I use 2.2 for these guys. I'm not going to wait for them to be equipped or trained up. As soon as I can hit this deployment button, I'm going to do so, because specifically here on my western front, there are going to be a lot of gaps and I need them filled. And I can always upgrade them later. And if I lose some of the conscript ones, so be it. Then how have I set up my army? Well, I start with 2 leaders. We have the Immortal as a commanding officer, leading what I've named the Immortal Brothers. And then we have Star Paladin Rodriguez, who is leading the Necrophilian Warriors. I haven't done what I've normally done in perfectly grouping them to be able to make best use of what units are where. I've simply grouped these units for here to go against Mount the Olympus tribe, and then the rest I've just gathered here to go and really kind of hold the line here on the west. My objective is to get rid of this first and then put everybody here and start pushing. 2 reasons. If you play this right, this is a much quicker war to win against these guys. Second reason is the cause also has a war goal in their focus tree to go to war with you, but it's not a set date. It can be early in the first year. It could be a year and a half after you start the game. You never know when you start. So I don't want to be halfway here into the Yamaka Nation and then have a war starting on my south. So that's why I want to get this done, pull them across. What else? Oh yes, one thing I need to do is I need to actually hire a commander for Kara's Knights over here. We're just going to grab anyone, and Lewis King, you are the guy. Now for some unknown reason we have to back all the way out to hire him again. Okay, so that's all said and done. Now, focus tree. As I said a few minutes ago, this is probably one of the oldest focus trees in the game. When many moons ago, when the game first came out, this was what was considered a unique focus tree, believe it or not. All Brotherhood of Steel Nations, for example, had this set as a standard for all of them, and then this little bit here was their unique focus tree. Obviously, many nations have been updated since then, much to the disappointment of many people. Washington Brotherhood has not. But we're going to start off with our founding. While High Elder Maxon was the founder of the Brotherhood as a whole, each chapter has had its own founders, those that spread the word of the dangers of technology further into the wasteland. Who were our founders? So I'm going to start that off, and we're also going to get started in fighting. Let's get my guys ready and let's do this. So let's find out about our founding. Why High Elder Maxon was the founder of the Brotherhood as a whole, each chapter had its own founders, those that spread the word of dangers of technology further into the wasteland. Who were our founders? Very similar to what I read out now. We have the option of scribes, so that would increase my stability by 5%, or paladins, war support by 5%. Now currently my war support is at 51. I'm fighting an offensive war, so it's gone down by 20%. Only negative I'm getting here is to stability. My stability, however, is quite low. So because of my stability, and also the fact that we originally came here for this research site P1, I'm going to choose scribes and then move on to our interim. Each chapter of the Brotherhood has its own priorities. Some focus on collecting the powerful weapons of the old world, while some prioritize industrial machinery and tools. What did we focus on? Okay, and I have made a little bit of progress here. I'm trying to push here. One thing about the Olympus tribe is you don't actually have to push all the way up here and capture anything. If you can get this and this victory point, you will be able to win the war. I'm not really focused very much here on the west. They're just going to keep busy. I've got them set as an army group order to actually go carefully, because a lot of these tiles are unmanned, whereas Necrophilian is going in a balanced manner, and I am doing a lot of the ordering myself actually. But I'm back up to 15 command power, so I want to give my Star Paladin here a little extra boost, because he is a winter specialist at the start of the game, so I can give him one of my favorites, Improvisation Expert, which gives everyone under his command a movement bonus on land of 10%. So that means they will move 10% faster everywhere else. And as soon as I get some more, I'm going to get Logistics Wizard, so my supply consumption goes down by 10%. Two of the best traits you can give. Okay, I'm actually not going to bother reading this out again. This is exactly what we just did. But we can either focus on industrial machinery, 2 civilian workshops, or weapons. I'll give you 2 arms workshops. I want the arms workshops. I need weapons. So 2 arms workshops, thank you very much. I am going to pop them here onto my infantry weapons. They'll do very nicely. And the last thing for our generic ones in the beginning is our future. We have learned plenty in the years that are now behind us. We must now use that experience and make preparations for the many years that are in front of us. Very true words. Alright, again, our future is done. Again, I'm not going to read this out, but the choices we have is either factory output plus 10% we will produce ourselves, or we will gather more from the wasteland, which gives building technology research speed plus 10%, scavenging and recycling research speed plus 10%, resource gain efficiency plus 15%. This might look very nice, but I can get my research speed up myself, as well as my resource gain efficiency as well. What I need right now is factory output, and I do tend to rely on myself rather than others, so we'll get 10% more production there. Now I have got enough caps to start a salvaging program, but again, that's going to cost me 2 civilian factories for 90 days, and no, not right now. What I am going to do, which is more important, is buy some guns. So we're going to get, how much is that? Was 250. That'll hopefully help things out. And now let's look at the focus tree in detail. One thing I need to mention that is quite important, and on this older tree, is that all the focuses are 60 days. That's right, not the 30 that you used to with other ones, 60. So you really need to be careful which ones you take. Now, I would love to start the unique part, but I need to take out a few enemies before I can do that. So I'm going to go for our might. Oh, let me actually, so we have naval, air. This is all about industry with our right. This is your political side of things, unique. This is the military side here. I'm going to go with our might. The Brotherhood of Steel is feared and respected throughout the wasteland for our military might. In terms of combat effectiveness, we are high and above the dregs the wasteland has to offer. 1 man in power armor is worth 10 unarmored soldiers, if not more. Studying previous engagements will help us improve our future combat doctrine. So here's one of those research bonuses I mentioned for land doctrine, and I'm going to get 15% more army experience gain as well, which will help me in upgrading my templates. Now, something I want to point out here, which you need to be careful of, as my troops have advanced here, this line has actually split into 3. Why this one is actually split into 2, I'm not sure, but I've had to manually say, okay, you guys go there, you guys go there, you guys go there. On top of that, I am doing a push for both Kipsep Peninsula and Mount Olympus here to try at least end this conflict as quickly as I possibly can. And as I said a mere days afterwards, I have taken those 2 victory points, and Mount Olympus tribe is mine. Don't care about the tribal scout kits. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue today. Pipe guns and energy cells are going to be very helpful. I am obviously going to take everything here, submit, and we're going to take all this fantastic stuff. So we have here, this is the new Washington Brotherhood has defeated the Olympus tribe at war. A new Immortal sits upon the mountain. Indeed he does. So what is going to happen now with Necrophilian warriors is I am going to simply go here, add them onto my order here. So all 18 units are here. That's actually something I never actually mentioned when we started, is what units you actually start with. Let's clarify that now. 3 power armor, 7 militia, 8 infantry. So it's a 3 15 width, 8 10 widths, and 7 6 widths. Not that that's really important. We want numbers here. Talking about numbers, can I deploy? No, not yet. This needs to go. Yep, 16 divisions still need to be trained up. So do that as soon as we can. Now I'm going to change everybody up from carefully to balanced. I still won't be able to fill this line completely, but I'll have 6 more units, and we can continue pushing and hopefully get this done before the cause decides to cause any nonsense. And here we go, my gliders are finished. Now I'm going to move on to some motorized flight so I can get my triplane attackers. Let's get that one started. And what did I tell you? Just never know. The cause has declared war both on myself and the Akama nation. I'm actually glad that this has happened so I can show you what I suggest you do. And that is right now, not much. I am going to let them advance. Hopefully they will push this way. What I'm going to do, then I'll try to create one long front line here. Something else. Okay, I'll get to that now. I'm going to see, can I deploy any units? Yes, I can. How many did I get? 5. Brilliant. Okay, they're going to come join Necrophilian here. No, yes, Necrophilian here in the north. Just add them on there. And what else? Okay, yes, I can buy some more guns. Let's do that. 250 more. Thank you very much. And I have enough political power to upgrade Seattle as well. Let's promote that node, make some more money. Get that done. That doesn't go away, so we have to do it ourselves. And let's hope my trick works here and it actually push this way to the south. Sorry, to the west. Alright, so my plan did not work. They pushed straight up north and not out into the west here like I hoped. So what I've done is I've pulled my 6 infantry units from Kara's Knights to form a line here, 1 on each tile. What I'm hoping for now is that this will be a weak spot. There will be some resistance here, and then they will push out to the west towards the Yamakas here, and then I can simply rejoin the 2 lines and create one long line. Industry planning is finished now. I have picked up a low manpower warning, so I've had to change my plans once again, and I'm going to go for some agriculture here to get an extra 250 manpower and also a 15% increase to my monthly population. All right, our might is finished. Now, originally I was going to go for steel legions here to get my attack and defense even higher and lose 15%, suffer less soldier losses. I don't know where my brain is at, but because of my low manpower warning, I'm instead going to go for wasteland conscripts, because extra 500 manpower in 60 days, so around the same time I should be getting 750, which is brilliant. And also my recruitable population factor is going up by 10%, and my compliance growth speed Doesn't matter right now. We'll call these enemies via the focus tree, but in future my compliance growth speed is also going to increase by 10%. So we'll get that one started. Another thing I've done to really entice this to link up here is my armor group order. I've also edited it to not be on these tiles. So really between Yamaka and the cause, they can link up here. I can create one solid line and then start pushing back nicely. North is still going quite well, and as soon as I can get these guys around the top and pushing down, things are going to be easier. Crossing this river here later always proves to be a problem, but we'll tackle that when we get there. Warrior training is finished. Now, the nice thing about Brotherhood of Steel Nations, I'm already researched all the way up to common energy weaponry, so I don't have to worry about that. And also my power armor is all the way up to the end of an intermediate, which lets me focus on things over here. Now, military training will be nice because I get more defense, but that's 233 days. So instead, I'm going to go for crowd gear. I am planning on making this in the future, and I might as well research it now. Literally one tile separates these two guys from linking up, and then I can link up my troops and start fighting back proper. Ohm's law is finished, so now I can start getting working towards getting some intel boosts or advantages for my units. So start off with some combat language, and something I've been forgetting about is getting some more traits for my troops. Let's have a look at the Immortal first. He starts with nothing but as 2 empty. So he has Nerd Rage, which means he can get Cunning Leader, Max Planning. That's not too bad. If I get Pain Train, half that will go, and then I can get Breakthrough. Now let's leave him for now. I think what's more important is that I get my Logistics Wizard here. And then let's boost him up with some Pain Train. Now let's give everybody a boost rather than instead. Let's stick with my original plan. Let's go there. All right, open up. Thank you very much. Let's get some Pain Train over there. There'll be a 5% boost only to my special forces, but still better than nothing. And then I can get Breakthrough boost after that. These guys just don't want to fight each other right now. They're more interested in fighting me, which is annoying, but we'll take things as they come. Alright, so Wastelander Conscripts is finished. They gave me some very nice 500 manpower, much needed right now. I'm going to continue on here with Flesh Before Steel, because if this war carries on, this basic arms for basic people will become very helpful. So Flesh Before Steel, the flesh is weak, a common phrase that with a vastly different meaning to others than to us. In the Brotherhood, this phrase is said to express and accept that the human body is frail. Even with our power armor, we are still human, and unless the body inside the armor has been trained properly, it will die off long before the armor breaks. All initiates are trained to understand this weakness is human. So Flesh Before Steel, division attrition minus 10%, that's good. HP plus 5%, that's good. And 35 armor experience, that's even better. Only thing that sucks is it takes 60 days. Now I'm doing quite well in the north here, not so well in the south, but I'm going to start pushing for victory points where I can, because your culmination is 71% towards capitulation already. So I just need a few more, and we can cover this done, and then focus all our efforts on the cause to the south. Okay, organized agriculture is done. I would very much like to do some construction basics, but I feel there is a need for more manpower. 137. I feel this need, but it's going to take so long. Let's do construction while we wait. Actually, I'm going to go back to that. Okay, construction basics is done, and let me now get some more breakthrough for my units, so whenever they fight, they'll be doing it a bit better. Savage Leader plus 10% breakthrough. Done and dusted. Okay, carrying on. Okay, I almost have 2 victory points. Hopefully that will begin to turn the tide here. My automatic weapons are done. Let me get some dynamite as well. And I'm hoping this will turn the tide here. Alright, I'm not in the clear yet, but I'm getting there. Crowd control gear is done. Not going to make it now. I can't afford to. I'm going for the militia training. That's, even though it takes slightly longer, that is more important to me. So they can stay there until I can manufacture later. Just doing some mopping up here in the north, and then I'm going to attempt to sneak this unit here, once he's done with that tile, through Richland down to Kenwikala Bridge, the next victory point. And hopefully that will be enough. They're almost there. I might not even have to take the capital. Richland might be enough for me. You know, sometimes all you need is one unit and a lucky break. That little militia unit that I had, I was able to run all the way down the riverbank here, take the victory points, and now this is Yamaka Nation is all mine. Pipe guns, very helpful. Squad automatic weapons I'll use you later. Take that, take everything here. I don't care if they're going to fight me on it. And now we have this. Okay, so the Washington Brotherhood has defeated the Yamaka Nation in war. War never changes. Damn Skippy. Okay, so everything has been split up evenly here. Let me actually just extend this line all the way down. Then, nice big ass armor group order all the way across here. I wouldn't, if I had a navy right now, oh, that would be lovely. Okay, okay, so they're going to be pushing from down here in. If I am able to, I will put up an individual order for these guys here, just to try and relink these lines, especially here at the Kodiak base. Kodiak base, is that right? So, but luckily now all my troops that were spread all the way over here can now group together, push down south, and we can take the cause out of action. Okay, so as Flesh Before Steel is finished, and my fight back is really kicking off, I have the chance to take basic arms for basic people, which is what I wanted, but a better idea would to go for within the Blizard. Within the perpetual snow of the north is a city unlike any other, a city inhabited by ghosts. They said if you step foot in their city, you never return. Those vengeful spirits loathe the living, their eyes burn like orange red coals with distorted desire. Dragging you deep, deep into their dark heart, they make you one of them. Lovely. Why I want this is because all the land I've just been fighting for the Olympus and Yamaka Nation, is going to be called by me, which means hopefully that warning will go away as long as they required equipment, and that number is going to jump up significantly. Also, I'm going to get the event within the Blizard. Okay, let's see what the next 60-day brings. And that secret language finished as well, so I'm going to start snaking around smoke signals next, so I can get access to the next level of decryption and encryption. So I finally be able to link up my lines here, and isolated a unit of heavy special forces from the cause, so taking care of that, pushing south according to the units. I do outnumber them. However, I believe this is currently a situation of quantity over quality, and they have the quality and I don't have the quantity. I got some money, I think it's from leveling up my trade node. So as soon as this pops up to 5, I am buying pipe guns like you have no idea, just so I can get my units equipped so we can carry on pushing. There's lots of gaps here, but my forces are having to really gang up just to take on one unit right now. You know, sometimes I should just keep the clock running, because a day later I can now get another thing done, because construction is finished. 155, 117. Let's get the manpower. I need to get this up. But hopefully when I can call in, oi, still 41 days. 60 days focuses suck. All right, some more good news within the Blizzard is done, which means all these areas here are now my cores. And this is the event we have. Beneath the Blizzard draped streets of Seattle lies an underground network of abandoned houses, streets, and bunkers. At its heart is a foreboding bulkhead with the words Secure Site P1 painted across it lies still. This door only opens for a select few. Those signal has burned into their battered armor within the depths of the facility beyond. They drag travelers down to the depths of their base, using them as unwilling test subjects or as labor force to evacuate the damaged base. Excavate the damaged base. This is the seat of power for a new bloody brotherhood, one whose path to progress is built upon the corpses of the weak. The leader, a ghoul whose skin has fused with his armor, is known only as the Immortal. From within the sanctum at the facility's heart, his orders flow throughout the ranks. His men creep through the city and abduct travelers as they scavenge, their glowing visors illuminating the gloom around them as they roam. The Washington Brotherhood traveled to Seattle to investigate Secure Site P1, a research laboratory and military complex designed to research the occult. It was believed at the time that radiation might be capable of unlocking some form of paranormal abilities, and the bunker was constructed to research this possibility in depth. Its surgeries were equipped with like butcher shops, and its halls lined with nail marks. When the Brotherhoods arrived, they found a facility left abandoned, falling apart at the seams, but filled with knowledge and potential. Now, as their control over Washington expands, their grasp on Alaska begins to tighten. The North shall be ours. That's another 50 political power for me, and some new military factories. Two of them, and I've got two dockyards I actually haven't put into service yet. I am still very short on infantry equipment, so if you would be so kind as to help me out there. Now, originally I was going to get the military quartermaster here as my next advisor, but then I saw this guy, Mr. Toothpick here. With him, my infantry equipment breakthrough increases by 2% and its production cost goes down by 2.5%. Small amounts, but very useful for me right now. Now, focus tree wise, the next one on the unique branch is without a cause. Grants me a claim and a war goal on the causes core territories. I'm going to war with them. Don't need that. They'll probably automatically complete within a day or so. But I can't do these ones because I'm not at peace, because I'm at war. So, going back to what I was aiming for originally, basic arms for basic people. Even wastelanders recruited into our ranks cannot be expected to understand technology as well as we do. In order to prevent any unfortunate accidents, we provide wasteland recruits with simpler energy weapons until they've proven themselves capable. Naturally, this means we produce and salvage many weapons ahead of time for new recruits. 500 common energy weapons. I need, I think it was 1.2, so that'll take that basically in half. And another arms workshop. Again, 60 days sucks. Okay, dynamite finishing research means that I have all the base requirements not only for my combined arms platoons for my infantry, but also for my demolitions and automatic teams for my power armor. So I'm happy with that for now. So I am going to start doing a little pre-research. I think I'm going to do barrage balloons. Yes, because then, yes, barrage balloons. Because then what I'm going to do is I'll carry on my air research here. Once motorized flights is done, I can then start on my land doctrine. Because by coring all this territory here, happened about a day after, I went from about 100 manpower up to 6.3 thousand. So my industry still has a long way to go, but manpower wise, I'm looking good. And actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to deploy some more troops. Get these guys. Oh, it was only one, but okay. I'm actually considering cancelling this recruitment quite soon because now I don't need the amount of numbers. I'm going to think about it on that for a little bit. All right, so motorized flight is finished. As I said, what I'm going to do now is use that boost, research boost, to do my concentration of force. This is going to be 10% more breakthrough on my infantry, and my army in total, 5 more organization, 5% more breakthrough. So my infantry actually get 15% at a loss of 10% manpower. But now that I have 6.4, I'm okay with that. I do have quite a nice stack of army experience, but I'm not going to buy any doctrine perks right now because I want to sort out my army templates first. One thing I can do is I've checked I can, yeah, Lewis King, I can add a perk onto him, and I'm going to add, where is it now? Yeah, Mysterious Strangers. So now my infantry attack and defense goes up by 10% as well. Okay, basic arms for basic people done. So this gave me lovely 500 units of weaponry and arms workshop. Thank you very much for that. Now, I was thinking about now going down this line here to get some boost for my units, but this did not auto-complete like I thought it would. So I want to get this out the way, so as soon as the war's over, I can move on with the unique tree. So without a cause, the state of Washington's firmly underneath his control. The mortals gaze wonders to the rebels of the cause and their traitorous leader. A grim example must be made of both Abel and any who supported his impotent betrayal. If you know the backstory, there were actually one group that traveled to the north to Seattle. Then I can't remember the details offhand of why they split, but they did split. The Immortals guys carried on to take Seattle. The cause stayed to the south, and that's where the fight goes on. So the following will bypass. Okay, so this. No, I'm not going to do this. I don't. All land is owned. Okay, so once this war is over, this will complete. So I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to waste the 60 precious damn days. I'm going to do steel legions. Standing side by side, our men form a wall of unbreakable strength. The Brotherhood is like one long chain spread out across the continent, with many, many links throughout its length. No part of the Brotherhood is weak. Every man and woman is trained to a level of proficiency that other groups could only dream of. So steel legions, attack and defense is going up by 5%, and my experienced soldier losses goes down by 15%. Now, doing quite well now, although I haven't actually officially entered into the cause territory. I've been retaking my own. Again, this lucky little militia unit of mine was able to manually sneak his way through, cut these guys off. They have no supply. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to outnumber them. So I'm going to manually drive this chap down through the south here towards East Portland and see if I can win this war a bit more of a sneaky way. So let's see what happens if I go straight there. That's actually a good path. We're going to do that path. All right, and it worked. Literally a matter of days, walked straight down south, took 3 victory points. I'm just heading here off to North Portland, and then I'll head west. I'm going to keep this running because this might finish at any moment. So there we go, just as I hoped. Okay, so west, power armor 45, common energy weapon 68, job done. Take everything, submit, and confirm and exit. Because that's all my wars done. Now, was this under 10 days? Fan-freaking-tastic. So, what do we have best do we have here? The Washington Brotherhood has defeated the cause in a war. Without a cause, what is a paladin? I love that. Okay, close you off. Now, I'm actually... Let's cancel this. And let's see together how this works. What should happen is it should automatically cancel there, just as I wanted to. The government idea dissolution of the Lance Squadron has been removed because its prerequisites are no longer required. That was one of these. I think it was this one. Either way, that's gone. Fantastic. Troll Warren. Now this is our next actual enemy according to the focus tree. But now, because that's done, we can either, okay, at peace, old country is at peace. So we can't talk to them. I want to invite them into my Northern League. But we can do Port More. So let's get them. Fellow savages. Traders who brave the northern seas are as likely to curse Port More as they are to praise it. Small vessels often molested in open waters by pirates from Port More. Their crews killed and their goods stolen. In darker days, darker corners of the port, pirates whisper about their dealings with ghosts, slaves for guns, shiny things for lasers. Supposedly one man even fished out an obelisk for them. Okay, so we are going to invitation to join the Washington Brotherhood, make some friends. Now, what I'm going to do is, yeah, I was able to get 7 out of these units that I actually wanted. I'm going to delete all of them. And I'm going to start off with taking all my militia units and I'm going to convert them to my infantry template. So we're going to go BOS infantry. So I'm going to need a lot of manpower, or I'm going to get a lot of So yeah, I need a lot of manpower and I'll need even more guns. But I just want to get things standardized. So we're going to do that. Same here. Take the militia. Change their template as well, so now everybody is working the same. Now I'm going to continue getting weapons as fast as I can, and by the time, when is the next thing stopping? 14, 8 days, 7 days. Okay, by the time these are done, hopefully I will have decided on the templates I'm going to upgrade to, and we can start actually starting to rebuild after nearly a year of war. But it's there. Now I wanted to get old country. Okay, I'll look into what they're doing and see if I can help them as well, and we'll see what the future brings us. Okay, so quite a lot of, I've done quite a lot of major changes in the past week or so leading up to smoke signals. Let's just get this out the way first before I go through everything. So smoke signals is done. Let's get my encryption done first, and then we can go through things. Okay, so starting from right to left, I cancelled all those militia recruitment I had going. Don't need it anymore. And I have created my elite templates. I'll show them to you now. So simply for my paladins, I've added in a power armor fire team and demolitions. This is my normal general purpose unit. It does very, very well. Never had any complaints about it. And then my elite Brotherhood of Steel one. Initially, I was thinking about in the beginning making it a non-infantry with a combined arms, but then I thought to myself, no, let me just go all in and test it and see if it's a good idea. So I've gone with my elite, which is 5 infantry, 4 enforcer, and the combined arms platoon. The reason I have done this is that the Immortal is a nerd, and so automatically gets a boost for enforcers, which will feed to all his units. So I kind of get that for free, so I want to take advantage of it. I have started recruitment of one of each. I'm going to set them to low priority equipment. So my reinforcements will get everything they need first, then my garrisons and anything else I need, and then they'll start getting equipment. So I'll know by the time these guys start actually pumping out units, I can start upgrading the units that I have to this new template. Just that I know which ones are which. I'm actually now going to decommission these ones here, and I can actually take you out as well. This will just will let me know. The symbol here will know that it's a decommissioned template, so I'll be able to see the difference between, because this infantry symbols I actually are the same. Then production wise, because of that, I have added on a whole bunch of production, namely the automatic weapons, the dynamite, and the enforcer gear. Currently these factories need to be repaired, but they'll start pumping up as soon as they can. I took one off of the power armor because they were actually in the green, although they're not anymore. So I don't have any wars that are coming out really quickly, so I believe I can spend some time getting this all right as it goes. Construction, it's blue everywhere. I am unfamiliar with this here. I don't know if this means there's no infrastructure or no boost to building speed or what it is, but I've now built a series of arms workshops and civilian factories everywhere here that I've caught. Specifically, I prioritized the arms workshops because they are cheaper before the civilian workshops, and also I prioritized the tiles that actually have infrastructure over any of the other ones. Then that about covers it for now. I will continue to purchase guns as I can. I also want to create my agency now. So we have the nightmares. Let's give, oh, that's a nice symbol. We're going to go for that one. This will primarily be used to bring down some resistance. And then I have seen what is happening here with the old country. So they are at war with the rot purges. Luckily for me, I can send them volunteers, maximum of 2 units. So I have split off my Star Paladin with 2 of my power armor units. I'm now going to send them, or ask to send them across as volunteers, so that I can hopefully help win the war for them. So you normally only see Portmore gets added into their lines, but you never really see Old Country. I really want to add them in for once. And then last but not least, I have enough political power, and I'm going to grab, which one was it now? Scribe. Oh yeah, the Surveyor, because this gives me a flat 8% boost to construction speed as well as some more resources. So that is going to be political power well spent. It's probably very warlike country, but I haven't done a single military advisor yet, trying to build everything else up. So that is where we are standing right now. Let me see if I can get my I think they've moved it. Hold on. Here we go. Let's get some perks here. So let me boost. Okay, my special forces are going in, so let me boost. I can do 1. What have I done now? Okay, takes a day. Research you as well. And let me do that. Okay, this has changed. This is something new. And now, what was I doing here? I was doing that. Okay, so that's something new. All right. Let's actually see what happens there. Okay, our volunteer forces are on their way. That's brilliant. Our seed selection's almost done, so now we can forget about this. Let me get, do I want factory output or construction speed? Well, I just got a boost to construction speed. Let me get a boost to factory output. Let's do work as needed for that. Also give me more population. Okay, what else do we have? Command power. No one has any traits that I can unlock. No, they do not, so I'll sit on that for now. I do have a whole lot of medals I can give out, but that political power is going to have to wait for now. Yeah, so we can actually go in about a year late, but we can definitely go into 2276 on a better footing than we started 2275. Ooh, this is something nice I haven't seen in quite a while, because you only get this if you play one of the coastal nations. Traders from Hawaii, far to our west. Oh, I was saying west earlier here when it's actually east. Oh, got my compass points mixed up. Okay, never mind, back to it. Far to our west, past the hulking wrecks of oil rigs and minor military islands, lies the Isles of Hawaii. Once, according to a book we once found, at least, these islands were also part of America and the home of the American Pacific Fleet. By 2077, the Pacific Fleet was a vast collection of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, destroyers, and missile boats. Most of the fleet was in port at the start of the Great War and was wrecked by by the multitude of Chinese nuclear missiles that hit the port. The tribes of this Hawaii now make a living scraping advanced components of the countless wrecks, trading for weapons and food with settlements up and down the west coast. This morning, a cluster of native traders from Hawaii arrived in our ports, according to offering a plethora of rare goods for a price. It's an opportunity we won't get for some time. So we have three choices. Turn them away, never take this one. Okay. So we can either tell us some war stories from your homeland. It will cost me 10,000 bottle caps, but you get 5% more war support and 20 manpower. Or we can buy some of the exotic goods for our people. This is 20,000, but you get 5% more base stability and 25 political power. Now, I always base my decision here on what is happening over here. So my stability is lower, so I'm going to take that, even though it's more expensive. Chop shop request loan. Sorry, you're too late. I gave it to the traders of Hawaii. There, my barrage blues are finished. Wasn't gonna go this route initially, but changed it up. Triplane attackers is next 210 days. Oh, I really wish I'd taken my aircraft designer. Maybe I should wait a little bit and do something else. What should I do? Vehicles, not interested in doing vehicles with this. I'm not role playing for that. Some dogs, some stim packs, no. What about some navy? What about a navy, guys? Let's do a navy. Let's do a heavy brig. Let's actually bull the navy. Let's bull the navy this playthrough. Let's have them sail up and down the coast here, causing some havoc. We'll get back to the planes. So as my encoded signals has finished researching, you are seeing me leading my volunteer troops against the rot purges. Couple of tips I want to give you that I don't think I've ever given before about volunteers is firstly, the AI tends to take, wherever you put your volunteers, it takes units away there, so you won't necessarily have backup. Also, something I recommend is what the AI does is, as they are advancing, it extends the line. It's just the way the AI is. So basically, every tile after it takes, I'm going to my edit mode, and I am making the line shorter to keep my units compressed. I've got them on a breakthrough command straight here for the capital. This will have the highest victory points, and then we'll see what happens after that, where I must lead them after that. Just a couple of tips there. So yes, encoded signals are done. Let's get some more no, I must still do decode signals. So let's get my decryption on. Everything is going pretty damn nasty back here at home. I have started construction, actually to make one of these, of some heavy triremes. Going to get my navy going. I'm only going to build heavy ships, some big ass battleships, something like that. Have them go up and down the coast here. Maybe later on in the game they can have fun. And I'm waiting to see what the troll warren does here, because they are part of the focus tree. And so I've just left all my units here in the south, waiting to see what happens there. So yeah, let's see how I can help out these against these rot purges. So that my nightmares intelligence agency is finished. As I said, I'm going to concentrate on the username for taking out resistance. So I'm going to go get some anti-partisan over here for rooting out some resistance, and I can actually buy some more guns. There we go. So that my money's going towards anti-resistance and guns right now. So as soon as that chap has been recruited, it'll be 30 days. I'm going to pop him here where the cores used to be, because this is an uncored state. And yes, so militia training is finished. I'm going to get some boosts for my enforcer armor once it comes out. It's out of the two options I already have, it's the quickest to go. Let me just show you what I was talking about now, about having to readjust their lines. So edit mode, and I just drag that in there, because otherwise when the attack is done, it'll take a unit off. And what you want with your volunteers, you just want to push for the victory points. The AI nation you are helping, they can worry about the whole front line. Currently what I'm thinking of is, once they take here, I think Westfall 5. They got 2 victory points left basically after this. If I'm lucky, I'm going to try swing these guys, take them through this canyon, and head to Westfall over here, and we can take them out that way. You know what? I love it when a plan is comes together. Taking the capital here now. This Hawai'i is now the capital for the rot purges, but I'm sticking to my plan. Just going to push them here, and there's no one. These guys are basically just going to walk all the way through. The air can take care of whatever he wants to do over here. I don't care. It's not my war. I'm just helping them out. Oh, one tip. If you do send volunteers, like let's say you send volunteers down here to... Where's it gone now? Down here to help out the Mojave Brotherhood. And they are losing terribly. One piece of advice I can do is actually to put them on a area defense or a fallback line on that nation's capital, so they wait there. So then it's not 100% certain, but the chance is when that nation you're trying to help loses, they won't be isolated and basically deleted from the game. You will get them back. Not 100% chance, but it does happen sometimes. Fellow Savages, let's get back to business here. Fellow Savages is finished. So now I can't do my Sinister Patriots for the old country yet. So instead, I'm going to do, I can't remember what this unit was exactly. I'm going to do Black Paladins. Enslaving the weak and putting them to work isn't enough. We need to police them too. The strongest are picked to keep their brethren in line, and slowly but surely they begin to slip into our grasp. Once they are cruel and broken, we take them into our ranks, burning the seal into their flesh. Black Paladins of the Washington Brotherhood are truly a terrifying, sad thing. Initiate the Black Paladins into service of the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, it's been so long, I can't remember what this gives, so I'm going to do that. And hopefully it won't be too long. I can get my operative, because this resistance here in the cause here is starting to annoy me. Can I buy some more guns? Not yet. Never mind. Carrying on. Oh, I love it. The pact is signed. Port Moore's mighty gate unfurled a deep red flag from atop its battlements, the dark signal of the Washington Brotherhood displayed for all to see. Already numerous captains of the Moor and their officers could be seen in armor, their loyalty to the Moor's new allies rewarded for all to see. Although still independent for now, the Brotherhood had already sunk its deep roots into the foundations of the nation. Eventually it would be theirs. Just as expected, Port Moore becomes a puppet of the Washington Brotherhood. Lovely. So that my faction is the Northern League. There are now 2 members on it. Oh, more traders from Hawaii. Lovely. Let's buy some more. Can I afford? Yes, let's buy some more goods. Can't buy any more guns though. And okay, I'm not going to export. If I wanted to take them in as part of me, I will do it my way with the convoy ships. Right now they can just stay in my puppet and be there. What units? Let's have a peek at what units they have. Port Moore. Okay, so they've got motorized divisions. 12 width. Okay. Then they have infantry. 12 width with the fire teams. And militia platoon. 7.5 width. Okay. Pretty crappy if you ask me. But, okay. How are we doing here on... They're actually doing quite well with equipment here. I think it might be time to actually upgrade some of my troops. Let's start with my my power armor over here. Let's swap you guys up for the elite. What do I need? Okay. 7. I'm at peace. Let me do it. And I've got 9. Which is my highest trained. Okay, none of them actually that highly trained. Let's take top of the pile here and convert you. Okay. Oof, alright. Infantry armor 0 available. Okay, not going to be changing my infantry right now, because my production, it's still red there. I still need some more factories. Let me actually take that down to 5, and then I'll just cancel that warning. I'll check on it later.
because there was 4 on the red, so at least we can get something pumped out. Okay, we'll keep it as that. Let's carry on stabbing the rot purges in the back here. There we are. Decoding signals is done. Now I can get my resistors. Get some more research speed there. There we are. My anti-partisan is finished. Can I get... Yeah, let's get anti-partisan now again. I have selected my unit already. She comes with Gecko Pet, which lowers her detection chance, but that's not really an issue right now because she is running for anti-resistance, and I can get another advisor. I want to get some more. Oh no, my stability is above 50. Let me get the Brotherhood scribe here. More research speed and a faster military factory construction speed. This list is coming along nicely. I'm suspecting more and more that I am actually going to have to create some infrastructure here in my lands, but that's not a priority for me right now. Well, old country, you are very, very welcome. Thanks to my efforts of taking Westfall, the wars that have been defeated. Bigotry really pays off. So now, in 26 days, I'll be able to take the focus and try to recruit them into my Northern League faction as well. All right, so anti-partisan is done. I'm not going to do anything else because I'm now actually in the red for my caps, so that can stay the way it is. Heavy brig is finished, and that means my trireme that I'm currently producing is actually out of date. So I'm going to change that up for the heavy brig because this is only going to be finished right now in, was it November, March, like 8 months. So I'll change that up. And then I have added 4 more factories onto my infantry equipment. If I add, you can see here, I've still got 2 available, but if I add another one on, my crowd control gear here goes into the red, and I don't want to stop production there. So I'd rather leave that out. And once this is, I think, a 10 hour, I'm going to put more here on my crowd control gear. I'm going to need a lot more of those. So heavy brig is done. I have now only realized that I was supposed to get the aircraft design company when I got my 100 political power, and I didn't. So, and I really want, oh, excuse me, I really want that for the boost for my triplane attackers. So let's do some more naval research. 219. Now I'm not going to do guns. Let me, you know what, I might as well, I'll start on it. And then once I get it, I'll just restart the research. Okay, I'll at least get a head start on that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So concentration of force is finished. I am not going to proceed down here because I don't have any boost shot now, and I really don't want to add another 10% onto my training time. So instead, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to work on boosting my anti-tank rifles rather than messing with my production lines. So let's get that one out the way. My volunteers have returned, so I've popped them back. The Star Paladin is back in charge of Nicophean warriors. Another thing I've also done is I've actually cancelled my recruitment of my elite Brotherhood of Steel infantry. I've done this because I've decided I'm not going to use any kind of tanks. So the way I would like my unit set up is 10 infantry, 10 power armor. And since I have a total of 20 infantry as it is, so as I was saying, so since I already have 20 infantry, I've split them 10-10, and I'm just going to focus on producing more power armor units and then upgrading my infantry as I go. So I'm going to start that off here with these guys. Who is the most experienced out of my infantry? Fred's men. You shall be the first ones even though I am still short on some stuff. I'm going to get started with you guys. And yes, carrying on. And the Black Paladins is finished. And what that has given me is 3 units of power armor. Let's have a look at their template quickly. All right, it's exactly the same as what we started with, but without the anti-tank. Not too bad. Okay, I am going to take you guys, pop you here into Necrophilian, and then I'm not going to change you now, but I'm going to decommission you so that you will become part of the bunch that I upgrade later. Yes, that's perfect. Now, moving on to the next focus, I am going to do Sinister Patriots here. The North is where men lose their sense. That's what they say. Stubborn prospectors who ignore danger, foolish youths following dreams of spun silver, and desperate men with nothing left to lose. These are the pilgrims of the North. Their one and only port of call before the endless white is the old country, a nation of pre-war ghouls who long for the days of yore. So I'm going to send them an invitation to join the Washington Brotherhood. Once again, 60-day focuses suck. Ooh, now what to do about the followers of the apocalypse? Role-playing wise, I think it's a no. Manpower wise, don't need them right now. I can't think of any reason to take them in, so it's a no. I'm not going to read this all out. Bugger that. So I'm going to keep them from my lands of hostile decisions. Whatever changes there. So let me do this. Okay, so we are going to raid their supplies. Yes. Seize their fort and outpost and civilian workshop. Yes. And I'm going to turn those ones off. Followers established 217 days. Maybe I can do this a couple of times. I'm going to carry on doing that until they are no longer wanting to join me. And yes. Free civilian workshops. Can't think of anything better than that. Oh, it happened on April Fool's Day as well. Lovely. Okay, so work as needed is finished. Now I'm going to... I'm going to get some construction speed first. Feels like I'm doing this so late in the game. I mean, it's April 2276. I would have done this normally a lot earlier. Yeah, but that's done. Now I have my required political power, so that I'm going to get the cast manufacturer and then jump across. No, wrong one. Jump across here. I'm going to jump to biplane researching. Okay, and then jump back in there, and now I can get the cast flyers, and it will be, I think I shaved 20 something days off that. I should have actually taken a proper look. But those now have the attack bonus boost. Oh, insufficient resources, 5 water. This is because I'm finally in the green with infantry equipment, everyone. It's beautiful. It's lovely. So what I'm doing now, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I am now going to start increasing my production for power armor and enforce equipment as I get the factories. And now I will also be focusing on trying to get some water from somewhere. Something weird happened. The Malak tribe took a whole bunch of this whole tile here at Port Mall. Can't remember why that happens. Troll Warren is advancing pretty strongly, although slowly, against the rib breakers. And in other news, the Mojave Territories has declared war on the Mojave Brotherhood, and they are losing quite badly. And I did try to see if I could help them, but I can't. If they can win, they'll actually be quite damn nice. I would love to be able to get some Brotherhood nations going nice and strong here in this playthrough. Alright, resistors are done. Time to double down on some more research with vacuum tubes. Okay, finally, I'm rubbing my hands here with excitement. Sinister Patriots is done. Soon we'll see if they'll also join the faction or not. Now, you may be noticing that I've basically been leaving this part of the tree like completely untouched. That is because with the 60-day focuses and some things being time locked, like this one here to get a war goal against, or to start the war goals towards Trollborn being locked behind dates, you really have to think ahead and be ready. So as soon as that day comes, you are boom ready to take the focus. So hunting the first is only available for the 1st of Jan 2022-77. I'm most interested now in getting my advanced technical power armor over here from Dark Foundries. So I'm going to be doing these ones here. So first of all, the best one I think is Enslave the Weak. Tribal families make excellent workers. That's what the Washington Brotherhood decided soon after they wrestled control of Seattle from the free dregs inhabiting it. If they wanted to restore the city and its facilities to their former glory, they'll need workers. Workers who wouldn't complain. Who wouldn't complain. Okay, slavery is just another mean toward the end. Morality is worthless. Enslave the Weak gives me 2% extra population and 5% more factory output, which I need to respec my army ahead of this war in the south here. Now, let's find out if now the old Spokane state is going to join me or not. The old country refuses. Ah, damn. Okay. The immortal elder looked down on a crumpled note in his hand with disgust, his armored fist tightening around his frayed edges in rage. The old country had refused his offer of allegiance, their love of the old world having blinded them to the true nature of the wasteland. Take their settlements and raze them to the ground, leave none alive. There was a silence in the room as his attendant left. We should never put our faith in those mutants. They will pay for this. Grants Washington Brotherhood claims and a war goal old Spokane state's core territories. Ooh, lovely. Okay, so they have 1, 2, and a river crossing over there. Ooh, this is going to get exciting. I wasn't expecting this. Ah, I've forgotten about this completely. And after I helped them so much as well, you know, that is really not very... In South Africa, we would say, not very Ayoba, not very nice of them after I helped them. Okay, I'm going to prepare for a war against the old Spokane state now. So as my troops get into position, additional plating is finished. Now, out of the options that I have, the quickest one is the HRCW. That's what I'm going to go for. Normally, I do prefer the ballistic version, but role-playing as a... Brother Nation laser is better, so HRCW it is. Let's get that into research, and I think I'll wait a little bit longer. My troops aren't actually all in position yet. Very simple plan. If I forget, I'll probably go over it again anyways. 3 infantry units holding the north here. That river crossing, that'll be hard for them to go across. I'm going to push here in the center and south. What I'm hoping is I want to get the right timing between having their planning ready and starting the war. I would like to finish it before the end of this year. I want to strike. They've just finished the war, so I want to strike while there is, you know, as weak as possible, if you understand what I'm saying. That's what I'm going for. And then I'm going to put army group order here just past their capital. And then Kara's knights can come down here in the south and work their way up. These people are silly not to ally with me, but that's their choice. All right, it is the 5th of June 2276. I was looking at waiting until a focus was done or something else, like, or research was done like I normally do before starting off the war, but my planning is all sorted. Like I said, I don't want to wait too long. I don't want them to get any stronger. So it is time to kick this war off. Just get my units ready. Available war goal. Declare war and send. I have no idea if they are going to have any allies. They're not in a faction. But we're going to see how this goes. Oh, well, it turns out I could have waited just one more day. The followers have been rejected, so my mobilization speed has gone up by 15%. I've lost 5% stability. That sucks, but I'll get it back somehow. War support's gone up by 10%, and my research speed has gone down by 5%, but I'm not really worried about that. All right, I must report this is going quite well. Attacking while they're weak, great idea on my part. Um, Swung all the way across. I changed it up. I put a armor group order all the way up and down because there's a lot of overlap between the two armies. But I have given them individual orders, one to attack from the north, one to attack from the south. So we've got that taken care of. Enslave the Weak is done now. Dark Ambition is next. The Immortal has been leading his men since their days in Lance Squadron. The Immortal knows that that what he fights for or what the research he is doing is for. They all know in their hearts that today's evil is tomorrow's good. Base war support plus 15%, nothing wrong there. I have a chance to modify my government again, and I'm going to take the Black Paladin Landon. This is only available after you take Black Paladins. 5% more war support and 5% more division attack. Thank you very much. What else I am going to no, wait, hold on. No, I'm not going to mess with research again. We'll wait for later on. I'm happy with where it is now. Let's carry on pushing. Oh, no, wait, before we push. Mysterious Stranger, Pain Train. I'm going to leave this until, how close is he to a terrain trait? Hill Fighter, 44% done. I'll leave that and maybe he gets a terrain trait, then I can use it on that. All right, triplane attackers are here. Now I want to just get the biplanes so I can have air to air in case I encounter another air force somewhere along the line of this playthrough. And of course the CAS is my priority to take them out. Let me start with that there. Let me just one up there. There we go. Okay, so it's only really my ships that are being affected by my resource problems. Okay, we'll fix that as soon as we can. All right, this is all but over. 94% to capitulation. If I can get that victory point there, I think this is done for all their next capital. I'll show it to you now when I can. I think this war's done, and August suits me just fine. I did invite Portmore into the war, but all they sent me is expeditionary forces, which I did not accept. I advise you never to accept them because if someone says you're expeditionary forces, you have to resupply them rather than volunteer forces, which the nation that gives them carries on resupplying them. So that's something there. Loss is very much in my favor. 3,000 loss on their side, 200 loss on my side. Love it. Woodworking is done. So if I can take that or that, I've got this unit, sent them up the river to Twin Peaks. Now he's coming down there. If they can grab that, that'll be fantastic. Woodworking is done. I need resources. Let's get onto that. Need that as a priority. And hopefully, actually, you know what? Let's just run this. And we can see what happens. Okay, small circlement there. AI likes doing this, and then they sit here and do nothing with units on it. Actually, I only need one. Yeah, there and okay, so you can take that out the loop because otherwise AI sometimes will just leave them there, and you don't have units on your line when you want them on your line. Okay, so Great Stampede. Yep, that's nice. Really pushing them harder. Okay. Yes. Why have you stopped? There's a gap here. You there. Just trying to finish this as quickly as I freaking can. Okay, I got that one. Snaggle Point. Ask whatever that one that's called there. Now let's delete this line here. Let's have these guys just a short one. Breakthrough. Just there. Yeah. Okay, so that will send them off. Pushing that. Just in case I'm wrong. Okay, I wasn't wrong. Everything's off. Ooh, and I got a whole bunch of crowd control gear. Fantastic. So I'll take all of that. Thank you very much. You didn't want to ally with me, therefore you... Actually, I wonder if I should puppet them. Yes, let me do that. Let's see what happens if I puppet them. Because they're going to be my puppet. So let me just puppet them. Puppet. Hold on. Reset. There we go. Okay, everything's reset. Okay, there and... Okay, let's create a puppet out of them. Because they're going to be a puppet anyway. Let's see what happens. Submit demands. Confirm and exit. Okay, they stay the old Spokane state. That's nice. War never changes. So that's all there. So the inevitable happened anyways. And now I can get my guys back here. Okay, they're fighting against the troll warren. If they lose the... Will they actually even face the troll warren? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, I can always get these guys back into my nation afterwards. I got 200 odd... I got 200 odd crowd control gear. So now let me just take you and you, most experienced guys, and let's upgrade you to my elites. How many? Yeah, that's actually. You know what? Let's make it. Let's add in a third, everyone. Let's add in a third. Let's do that. Elite. Oh, lovely. Okay. The capture of the warren. Okay, I don't know if the if I'll be able to fight the troll warren in this war. We'll have to see what happens if the marrow drinkers beat them or not. Only the future will tell. Dark Ambitions is completed, so now I can move on and do Dark Foundries. Deep within our facility lies an infernal machine whose engine burned like spent fire. It desires blood and coal. We will need a great cathedral of wrought iron and bloody furnaces to wake its slumbering heart, so that it may gaze upon our desecration and ward us justly. Okay. Seattle, add 1 arms workshop, add Dark Foundries, military construction speed plus 5%. Brilliant. This is what I'm after. Advanced technical armor schematics. That's what I'm looking for. Focus fire is completed. Now I was really looking around what I want to research next, and I am getting already dangerously close, even though I haven't actually spat one out yet, to reaching the cap for my special forces. So even though I wasn't planning on doing it right now, I need to get a move on and get down here. But before I do that, let's unlock army experience 50. Okay, I'm short on that. Okay, never mind that. We'll do that just now. I want to unlock here to increase my special forces cap, and I need to start working down here as well to get the same thing. So rapid deployment first. My organization regained 15%, so that's not, I don't get more army organization, it just regains it 15% faster. Training time goes up 10%. That sucks. My army speed goes up 10%, which is quite nice when I'm using only infantry with no vehicles. It will up my speed so I can hopefully get more encirclements. Okay, so Dark Foundries is completed, and that has unlocked my advanced technical schematics. I have... Where's my research? There. 4 days, and then I'll start researching that. Meanwhile, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this war against troll warren. They are losing to the bone marrow, so I'll have to wait and see. What I am going to do is I'm going to continue down this way here, down towards death or glory, so that when 2278 rolls round, I can take on the great Alaskan expedition. So first of all, decimate and despoil. Mercy isn't a virtue, it's a weakness. The Immortal taught us that during the long journey to Seattle, he showed us the true path, a path of suffering and victory. All who cannot be forced to work must be purged. There's no room for compassion in this frozen wasteland. Decimate and despoil gives me 5% extra division attack and defense. Again, 60 days. What else do I have here? Okay, now have a triplane that I can start my Air Force. There we go. Thank you very much. I will set you on normal operations so that they won't fly unless they are at 25% strength. This stops the entire unit being just wiped out. Put you on close air support and attach you to necrophilian over there. That's how I like to set up my Air Force. I always have, always will, unless they change it. I have 50 arm experience. I'll handle that in 4 days time. Get that. Now I am looking for something with resources. Nothing there. Reconnaissance, upkeep. No, I'm out of anything for resources here, people. Maybe I must get this now that I'm doing my... Yes, okay. So we can go for a military advisor. So my refined warfare will go 10% faster, and I'll get more army XP per day. I have a military factory. Let's see where I need it the most. Okay, so 116 days for power armor, 110 there, 6 there. Okay, so I need to put a factory on power armor. There we go. As soon as I get stuff in the green, I'm going to be probably off camera, but when I've in the green here, I will be upgrading my units off camera, if you will, just so I can get these guys up and running. Here we are, vacuum tubes done. Now I can get primitive radio. I really want to increase my diplomacy distance so I can help out my other Brotherhood nations. Oh, what's this here? This is your puppets like giving you units. I personally always reject them because they don't fit with my template. You do gain extra stuff. That's fine. Their loss, not yours. What I need to... let me wait the 4 days. And then I can start getting boosts to my special forces cap. Okay, so that's that done. I wanted to do... So it sucks that you have to have a research slot available now. So let's unlock that. Okay, I need more before I can go down. And now let me start researching advanced technical armor. That's going to take 198 days. Job done. Should have actually maybe taken... I'll do the same. Yes, once you get to 100, I'll get nightly armaments. Shit, I hadn't even taken my golden gecko yet. That's weird. Okay, outdated. Yes, let me get that one done there. Okay, shorten resources again. That's the problem I need to work. I need to work on. I need water and I need scrap metal. So biplane fighter is done. So that's all my aircraft sorted out for now. Basics. If I get to the aerial part of the focus tree, there's some bonuses there. Then I'll carry on with that. For now, I need to get back to. Let me just check it's the right block. Yes, my support equipment. So now I think, which one would be better for the Washington Brotherhood of Steel? Flamers, I think. I'm going for flamers there, and then I have the nightly armaments there. Now I need to just shuffle around this research. So let's just take you over there, and then go back. Okay, nightly armors isn't kicking in. Hopefully it will, and just carry on with that. You know what? Work camps could not have been completed at a better time because I have just finished making or setting up construction for maximum infrastructure in all the states that have resources. This is because I've checked my focus tree and there are no focuses that boost infrastructure and give me more resources. Also, that boost infrastructure. So that's why I'm doing that now. So work camps is done. That gave me a nice big boost of 12%. This one gives this one gives a nice small boost of 5%. It only takes 51 days, so I'm going to do that one quickly before we carry on with other research. Decimate and despoil is finished. Let's move on to the next one. Expand our dominion. Might use this later on, but for right now, no. It's not enough for the Brotherhood to simply rest in the citadel buried in the heart of Seattle. They need more. More slaves, more resources, more facilities. More. Sounds like my children. That's what the Immortal tells his men. It's what he mumbles to himself every day. More. The engines of war are turning again because of the Immortal demands it. So, just expand our dominion will give justify a wartime goal minus 25%. That takes 60 days. Something I can now do is I can restore some bases. What do we have here? We have naval building slot base there. Infrastructure. Okay, and okay, so all naval bases. I don't want a navy that bad. I'm just going to start at the top. I'm not sure which one to take. I'm just going to start there and see where we go. Resources. Oh, need a lot. Resource production is finished. Now, what I want to do is carry on doing construction and then resources until that goes away. So next on the list is clay working, plus 10% construction speed, and also have enough political power to get something else. Now, normally I am a very high praiser of getting the golden gecko because of you get stability and money and political power. That hasn't really been a problem. So when the time comes, I'm actually going to go for Van Graafs when I actually get to the point where I'm going to research my next energy weapon. For now, though, what I'm going to get is Decorated Hero because this is going to give me plus 10% stability. It's going to push me over into the 50s. And okay, the war support doesn't really matter much now because I'm already at 100%. But that will also help when I go to war. There'll be less of a dip. Primitive radio done and dusted. Let's move on now to normal radio. Get that diplomatic range out and I can have access to my decryption and encryption. I don't see Troll Warren winning this war. It's a slow grind the Morrow drinkers are having against them. But if you've ever played Troll Warren like I have, you'll know the industry is so built on having the Troll Warren. The way the focus tree runs, everything is stacked inside here. It's actually a bit crazy. And now they've lost it, it's a slow grind to defeat. So if things go the way they are, I'm not going to do the focuses for Troll Warren. With 60 days, I've got other things to focus on. One thing I've been meaning to tell you, but I keep on forgetting, is that even though Portmore and Spokane, the old Spokane state, however you pronounce that damn thing, are my puppets, they have kept their original focus tree, which is quite nice to see. I wasn't sure, so I went to go check, and it is confirmed. So I have that. So that's some good news. Alright, so I've just done something I may regret later, but you know what? Stuff it. I have actually just gone through and changed all my templates to my elite ones. I am now seriously in the red for equipment, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't see myself going to war this year, at least, unless the Troll Warren can pull something out of their hat. Seriously, this one is all but done. I mean, just look at this. They're coming up here and now they're just pushing in. I think they have a numerical advantage, and without this industrial base at Troll Warren, they're screwed. Okay, but expand our dominion is finished. So that lets me do death or glory. We came to the north knowing that our lives were forfeit, that there was no turning back once we left our former chapter. Seattle is a harsh mistress. Her frost threatens to destroy your servos and chill your bones, but her cold touch preserves the lost world. We have nothing left to lose and everything left to gain. So, stability, this is what I want, plus 7.5%. Base war support, plus 7.5%. Again, it won't affect me now, but when I go to war, it'll be, my base value will be so much higher. So that'll be great, and then that leaves me just having to wait until the 1st of Jan and 2278 to do the Great Alaskan Expedition, and we'll see where that takes us. That's all for now. Alright, now this is an event to look out for. Organizations request an increase in production capacity. What they want is to build me to build 28 military factories. So that means I need to build another. I think it means I need to build another 11. It takes about I think it's about a year. The time is about a year, maybe a year and a half. What you do if you achieve this goal, you get a whole bunch of money, whole bunch of caps. I'm not really concerned about that right now. The only thing I'm going to use my caps on is redoing those bases via the decision tree. So not interested. If you say it's an unreasonable demand, your reputation with all the organization marketplace goes down. I think it's 5, 10. I'm not sure exactly. The tooltips aren't showing up. Basically, I'm going to say no because my focus is getting my infrastructure up so I can get more resources. That means more to me right now. I don't like this because as soon as you go to war, having insufficient resources is like not having enough money in your bank account. So I'll get money via my trade. I am getting a good amount. So I'm going to say no to that. All right, my rapid deployment is done. Now I'm going to carry on down here. I'm going to go for flexibility of movement over flexibility of command. If you are running a template that has a lot of support units, then flexibility of command is the better option because it gives boost to the organization. Support units lower your organization quite a bit. If you do not have that, then flexibility of movement is a better bet for you. So that's what I'm going to go for. So marching fire first, I get more breakthrough, more speed, and organization loss when moving, minus 10%. That's all great. So now the Washington Brotherhood has access to flamethrowers. Next thing I'm going to research is, yes, the close quarter combat training one, because this is the quickest out of the bunch that I'm looking at. Then I also need to trade this up. And in some other news, my infrastructure construction is having a little bit of an effect. Getting my scrap metal down right now. And in other news, I finally have the start of my navy. Just one ship right now. I have recruited a admiral. Now, something I want to show is how I set them up. So on my fleet order, so it affects everyone to make sure, I have automatic spill off enabled. I'm not going to set up a template for automatic reinforcement. I am just going to, in my construction, I've said that it must go straight to the fleet, so every ship made will go there. And I just want to say that we must attack at medium risk, and stack priority, let's set it to medium, because otherwise if it's high, every knock it gets is going to want to return to port. So I'll keep it like that. And also I'm just going to set it to do some training for now so I can get some naval experience. So with Death and Glory finished, I'm now at a wonderful 67 stability. Loving that. Now, I'm still not going to do this. I've actually pulled some troops away, as I'll show you. And I can't do anything here for about another, 7 months. So the one thing that is nice about this tree that they have here, this old tree, is it kind of lets you get exactly what you want. You don't really mess around. Apart from the 60 days, that still sucks. I'm going to focus here because I need resources. So I'm going to start off with our right. As a technocratic organization, every piece of tech is rightfully ours. We do not steal technology out of malice or spite. We take it away to protect the innocents who will inevitably misuse it. Although people don't always understand, everything we do is ultimately to keep the wasteland safe. Our understanding of technology is second to none. So I'm going to get 2 research bonuses, one for industry, one for electronics. We'll start that off. Now I have some political power. Was betting to decide what to get, and then I remembered I own Seattle, which means I can get Lockheed Aeronautics. This was actually available from the start of the game, and it will give me some nice boost to my fighters. So it won't really affect the ones I have now, but it will affect the ones I will hopefully get in the future. So I'm going to unlock that and carry on. All right, now this might not be my favorite power armor, but I've got to admit it looks damn good. Advanced technical power armor is unlocked. No other option to get any more. Now, what I want to start researching is boosts for my support equipment, but unfortunately my OCD doesn't allow, because I've got things set up in my mind, to mess around here. So I'm going to do some swapping. It might sound weird to you. You don't have to do this. I feel the need to. I am going to go through, so go for heat resistant lenses here for the breakthrough, the defense, and the soft attack. This air attack here is nice, but I have an Air Force now, so I don't really need it. So I'm going to get that one, swap it over, and then in this slot, go back to where I was, get close quarter combat training. Now my OCD is all sorted out, and I can now start making my advanced technical power armor, which will probably be the best I get in the game. Oh, something I should have actually done before is, let's go here. I can unlock some more over here, which will give me more special forces capacities. Let me just do this quickly. And I have to go back and restart that city system. All right, clay working is done. You know what that means. It means more resources. Let's get some dedicated equipment. And before I get to mention it again, basically I'm so confident that Cholboran is screwed. If they lose Salem, forget about it. Unless someone like the Bone Dancers goes to war against them, they are stuffed. I'm so confident that I have actually moved Necrophilian warriors to the north here, because I've got a puppet to my right, I've got a puppet to my left. We can do a happy dance. I just have to watch the north and the south, so that's why I split my troops up like that. I can't believe that it took me so long to actually tell that to you guys. So our right is finished. Now the best one I can go through out of these three, got enough of that, for now. I need some salvage metal. Nice thing about this is it adds 16, right? But with my increase in infrastructure, I might, well, no, I will get more. I might actually get double that. Metal salvage is easy to come by. Twisted scraps of metal are as common as dirt in the wasteland, protruding from buildings, buried in the earth like weeds, and strewn across streets like rubbish. Salvaging the metal in our immediate area will provide us with more resources for our equipment, and that's exactly what we need it for. Just want to take a quick have a look, see what's happening around here. Montana chapter is looking nice and strong. The Mojave chapter beat the territories, I've got to mention that earlier, and is still holding nice against Kaiser's Legion. We'll have to see what happens there. Lost Bunkers is still Lost Bunkers. Fortunately, my favorite, my cowboy country, lost. And so has Maxon. The Lannis cohort will probably be going against them quite quickly. Well, that's all for the rest of the wasteland. Let's see what the future holds for us. Radio is completed, so now let's use these boosts. I would normally go after my encryption or decryption, but I want to use this boost on my simple circuitry here so I can get more research speed, otherwise I'm going to lose it. And then when it comes to my government here, I am just going to start from the top and work down. I like this military quartermaster here. Unit upkeep minus 20%, non-combat out of supply penalties minus 20%, and supply consumption minus 10%. That's going to be good for my energy cells. So we'll grab that. So salvage metal is completed. Now, unfortunately, there's no focus here to increase my production of water. So I'm actually going to go back to what I wanted to do fairly early, almost right at the beginning of this playthrough, and that is Steel Legions. Standing side by side, our men form a war of unbreakable strength. The Brotherhood is like one long chain spread out across the continent with many, many links throughout its length. No part of the Brotherhood is weak. Every man and woman is trained to a level of proficiency other groups can only dream of. It's the second time I've read that out, but so be it. Division attack, +5. Defense, +5. Experienced soldier losses, -15. Second time I've gone through that. I cancelled it earlier to I think it was to make Port more my puppet. Um, there's something else I wanted to make. Oh, yes. I am now, after my risky move of upgrading everybody in the green on infantry equipment, that is now upgrading. So I'm going to take 2 factories off and I'm going to put 1 extra on both my HRCWs and my flamethrowers. This is something you should really keep a look at as you're going through your playthrough. Have a look here. When something's in the green, adjust your production. You ideally want all of this in the green, so you just have to work your way around it. Marching fire is completed. Now let's move on to get some more special forces capacity, plus 20 in fact. Again, less organization will be lost when I'm moving by 10%, and my max speed goes up by another 10%. So I think that's 20% in total now. So close quarter combat training is finished. Next one I've got lined up is I'm going to do high pressure on my flamethrowers. Now the sustained pressure does defense, breakthrough and soft attack, very similar to what the heat resistant lenses do for the HRCWs. That's why I've decided to change it up a little bit. Plus, demolition equipment doesn't have the best HP. Like, it burns, you lose it quite quickly. So that's my main one I'm going to use for the HP. And the heart attack and piercing is just a nice little extra bonus. And something I am looking at is that even by increasing my infrastructure, I am having a serious problem with this water. So right now I'm thinking that once this dedicated equipment is going, I might actually start researching basic well pumps and start building those, just so I can get rid of this bloody warning here. And there we go, my dedicated equipment is done. So like I said, I'm going to go after the basic well pumps. This is going to take me 50 days that I can start doing that. Don't normally do this, but something I need to do. Oh, I could have actually done one of these first. So I'm going to go, always be careful when doing this because I've said it over and over again. These two, Bolted Vanguard and Rising Squadron, are linked, and then Superior Firepower and Expanding the Ranks are linked. So I always go these ones first, or this one first, so I'll make sure I don't make a mistake here. So let's get that one out the way, and then get back to business of basic well pumps. So my Steel Legions is finally done at long last. I have a little under 2 months until this becomes available. I am not going to wait on it. I'd rather be a couple days over and get another focus done when they're 60 days. So I'm going to work on new initiates here. We're more than just a military organization. The Brotherhood is one large family. Our knights, paladins, and scribes are all free to pursue relationships, marry, and have children. This is how the Brotherhood survives. When these children come of age, they become initiates and start their training for the respective discipline. So add a new generation, daily political power plus 0.5, monthly population plus 25%. That's nice. Minus 15% to training time. If I was actually training instead of getting equipment out to my already fielded units, that would be lovely. Now, political power. Again, going from the top, and I am not going to go wait and see. I don't like red. Veteran Paladin it is, plus 8 to division attack, and plus 8% to my planning speed. Heat resistant lenses are done. That's giving me a nice boost to my HRCWs. Something has just occurred to me now is that I'm playing a Brotherhood nation, and I am not using blimps. This is a travesty that needs to be taken out. Now, blimps have an insane range, so range plus 5% and max airspeed, not that much important. I prefer the reliability. That's what I'm going to go after there. So let's get the inert lifting gas and get started on some blimps. Basic well pumps are finished. Now I want to get back to something a bit more normal. I haven't even done improvised tools yet, for Christ's sakes. Okay, improvised tools. Let's get that. This is to get my cap up and my growth as well. Get that started. Now let's build some purification centers. Now I want to make these a priority. I think I'll start with just 2 naval dockyards. And I need to press control to making sure they go to the front. So there's one. There's another one. Let's just keep it like that for now. 2 will be nice. Gives me +5. They'll take it down by a third, and I've still got some other construction here that is going to boost my water there. +1. Another +1 there. Okay, so maybe just the 2 will be enough, and then I can always increase it as it goes. Let's have a look down here at the Mojave territories. Still holding strong against Kaiser. I wonder if they actually did, and I missed it. They did a white. Yes, they did. They did a white piece. Okay, very smart. Very smart. Glad the AI is working nicely. Let me see what happens next. It is just before Christmas 2277. Almost done here, and then we can find out about that expedition to the north. Simple circuitry completed. Research bonus used up. Let's get let's keep it simple. Let's carry on with my intel, my encryption first. Hey, it's Christmas Day. All right, it's the 6th of January 2278. I can now find out about the Great Alaskan Expedition. Finally, it's time to fulfill the Immortal's dream. Our scouts have been scouring Alaska for its objective, and they found it. Buried into the side of a mountain, covered in ice, a bulkhead waits to be opened. It's time to send an expedition to reclaim that lost place. 60 days, I'm going to get the event, the Great Alaskan Expedition, and I can also take the decision to fix up some more stuff. Let's go to the top here. Let's restore the Naval Magazine Indian Island. There we are. Apollo alphabetic ciphers done. Let's move on to frequency analysis for some decryption on my enemies. Frequency analysis completed. Let's work on some radars. Get that up and running. That gives us a nice intel boost. Now I have some nice political power, but there's nothing really I want to spend it on right here. For example, Chief of Navy works for mainly for medium ships. I'm not doing those. Aerial dominance works on strategic bombing. Might do that later, but again, it's for bomber planes, so I don't think so. And then don't need a vehicle designer, don't need a navy designer right now. Maybe I should get the heavy ship. Makes it more expensive. Max range. That can wait for a bit, that can wait for a bit until I'm ready to design something else. What I want to go for now is I am seriously behind in handing out some citations here. So let's see what you get with the Brotherhood of Steel. We get max entrenchment, division organization, army cell consumption, and supply consumption. Okay, so Warcross, that's a definite first. Then let's do some supply consumption. That's all right. I cannot afford anything else, but if I could, I would go for max entrenchment and then end it off with energy cell consumption. At least that's something for now. So inert lifting gas is completed. I can't do the combat blimps yet because I haven't done the lightweight metals. Alright, so we're doing lightweight metals next. That's fine. And now let's just wait, I think it's 2 days. And let's see what happens with this event. The Great, what's it called again? Great Alaskan Expedition. There we go. Okay, so that's done. No event yet. Okay, maybe it needs to tick over a little bit. Let's carry on with T-45D production. T-45D was the first model of power armor produced in America, and it shows a simple frame, lackluster servos, exposed weak points, and a less than impressive helmet design. Still, any power armor is better than none, and its simplicity makes it faster to fix and produce. So I'm going to get a research bonus for power armor technology. Going to get another boost power armor production, and it's going to cost 5% less to make, and reliability is going up by 5% as well. So we'll start that, and let's just see what happens if I get in an event or not. Ah, here we go. The Great Alaskan Expedition. A group of our most valiant soldiers led by the Immortal himself has set out into the cruel frozen mountains of a land once known as Alaska. Whatever they may find there will surely help us bring order to the waste and eradicate the remaining mutants. Onwards. So that's all we get. So I'm just going to carry on playing and we'll have to see what happens in the future. Our pressure is finished. Can't see the symbol there. But anyways, these all will cost me 252 days to research. Instead, I'm going to go for guerrilla tactics for the extra breakthrough for my frontline platoons, as that only takes 118 days. Hit and run tactics are finished. So let's carry on with walking tanks. Power armor was one of the greatest military innovations produced before the Great War, and arguably serves its purpose even better in the post-apocalypse. However, the trade-off is for its combat prowess is the legendary training time required to use it. Okay, training time goes up another 10%, but heavy special forces breakthrough plus 10, soft and hard attack plus 8. Creature units, if we had that, would get also a boost to breakthrough. 5% extra defense to my entire army. Doesn't matter what they are. So we'll get that one kicked off. All right, I have my improvised tools at long last. Now, both of my water purifiers, purification stations have been built, but I'm still running short on a little bit of water. It is better than what it was, but it still has a way to go. So I am actually going to do advanced well pumps now. Still got a nice research bonus. So the output of each one will be increased by 2. So let's see if that will help things in the right direction. All right, here we go. The Great Alaskan Expedition. Buried among the frigid crags of Denali lies a facility whose bulkhead has long been frozen over. Its halls are coated in a thin layer of ice save for one room, where a nuclear generator the size of a blue whale roars without witness. Anchorage Reserve Base 12, a lonely place. The Immortal had feverishly chased the sleeve of an old world ghost, and in Seattle he found its name. The expedition set out immediately, planning to go further north than any member of the chapter had ever ventured before. Even if he had to cast everyone aside in that frozen place to achieve his goal, the Immortal was willing to do it. His brilliant prize was finally within his grasp. When the expedition saw that the mountain on the horizon, they could feel the blood boil with anticipation. Everything had led up to this. Chipping away at the ice and fallen rocks covering that unmarked vault door, the Brotherhood couldn't have imagined what awaited them inside. Even the Immortal only knew scraps. A utilitarian entrance, ice as far as eye could see, and corridors filled with silence. The only sound in that place was power armor servos sighing softly. There was a single light in that dark hallway. As they approached it, their breath caught in their throats as they looked through the window it was coming from. Ghastly blue light illuminated their worn armor, cast by hundreds of cryogenic sarcophagi in rows upon rows. The truth would come to light in the hours after the Immortal enabled the activation process. These men had been placed here soon before the world ended, as a precautionary measure against a hypothetical debilitating attack against the U.S. forces in Alaska. During such an event, they would be awoken remotely with orders to secure Anchorage, but their assignment was long redundant. They knew that the moment they laid their eyes upon their rescuers. The Immortal addressed the hundreds of vulnerable soldiers before him with bravado, his voice filled with pride. For him, this was the crowning achievement of his life. Men of the 75th, your regiment is disbanded as of today. You are no longer U.S. Army soldiers. You are part of the only organization who can save America. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Steel. You serve the Immortal now. So incorporate the former soldiers into the Brotherhood of Steel. And what does that give us? Let's have a look. We get 5 units of power armor. Let's have a look at their template. Right here, Alaskan Regiment. 20 width. This is actually wonderful. I'm actually not going to change this at all. This is brilliant. Let me just change their symbol though. That one always bores me. Okay, US Army, let's go T51B. Okay, so that one is done. And I'm going to put all you lovely chaps where I need you the most, and that is with Kara's Knights over there. Okay, so now we have 32, 16, 16. Now, currently, if my memory serves me correctly, there are no more war goals for this nation. It's all up to me. So what I'm thinking of doing is this. The Troll Warren was a bit of a loss. I think the Marrow Drinkers are just going to sit there. I'm actually not going to bother them. Portmore, I don't think they're going to do anything either. What I would like to do is actually help out some other chapters of the Brotherhood of Steel. And right now, it is myself, Montana, Mojave chapter, Lost Hills, and Alamo and Texas Brotherhood. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually help any of them because I can't even go to war with MacArthur to help out Montana chapter because they're too far away. But I have a solution. I am going to annex the old Spokane state. I'm going to annex that, and then using my 25% reduction in war justification, I'm going to justify on MacArthur. So, how do we annex a state? Well, if you look here at your subjects, I need 633 annexation points or whatever to demote them, and 239 more political power. So basically not spending any more political power for the meantime. I have 304 convoy ships. This is the best way to annex a state. You start a lend-lease and you send them convoy ships. Each convoy ship is worth 2 points. So I need, what was it, 630 something? I have 300. I need to get to maybe 350. That's what I'm going for, 350. So to do that, I am going to start a production of convoy ships. Let's take all off but one. When this gets to 350, I will send them here, and hopefully I will have saved up enough political power. If I have to, I will start doing focuses here like our goal to get some more political power. So that is my plan, because otherwise I could easily just call this playthrough finished. If I can help anyone else out after Montana, I don't think so. So this might be the final push of this playthrough, but we'll have to see. Yeah, well, once again, we'll have to see what the future holds for us. Okay, T45D production is finished. Now I'm going to go our goal here. The Brotherhood's ideology is straightforward. We desire a world in which the recklessness of man cannot be enabled by the tools he wields. A world in which atrocities aren't committed for the sake of scientific progress. This is why we confiscate technology and destroy that which we cannot confiscate. All of our duties are for the good of mankind as a whole. Political power, plus 100. This is what I'm after. More stability, more war support. 60 days still sucks. I have just finished moving my entire army along the border between what will soon be me and MacArthur. It's actually quite nice to actually have an objective again. And it's been a while since I've taken on the Enclave too. Oh well, this is nice. Lost Hills has sent me a supply package. We received a supply package of power armor from Lost Hills. For the Brotherhood, 75 units of T60 power armor and 75 units of advanced energy weaponry. This will come in quite helpful, especially the power armor, as I still need 191 for my division reinforcements. Alright, radio detection is done. Let's do some complicated circuitry for some more research speed, and I'm now going to build at least one here. No free building slots. I really wanted to put one there. Oh well, we'll at least put one on our capital. How's that sound? That sounds like a good idea. Advanced well pumps are done. Now I can't remember if this the warning went away before or after this was completed, but I no longer have any problems with resources. So now let's pump up here with local workspaces. I'm after the factory output as well as the recruitable population factor increase. Our goal is finished. That gave me a nice big chunk of political power. I'm not going to spend anything until I'm ready to annex. I'm going to move on now with, hold on, how long is this research? 94 days. No, I want to get this. I want to get my power and production up. So T51B production, the pinnacle of pre-war power armor design. The T51B model is a favorite among the Brotherhood of Steel for its robust design, shaped ceramic armor, lack of clear weak points, and expertly crafted helmet and filters. Although harder to maintain and produce, there's no doubt the T51B is superior to the T45D in every way. So I'm going to get another research bonus for power armor technology. Power armor, modify the power armor production by adding another 5% decrease to the production cost, and now 5% more hardness. So that's that done. How much do I actually need? Let me work out exactly. So I need 22 more political power, not a problem. Let's divide that by half, so 342. That's how many convoys I need, 342. So which means I need another 34 I need to create. Yeah, I need to do that quickly. Maybe if I'm going to start building some infrastructure or something in here, just to try to bring that down a bit while we wait for these convoys to be made. There we go. Lightweight materials are done. So now I can move on and get the combat blimp. So we can use that as all Brotherhood nations should. Guerrilla tactics are finished. Now I would love to open up some of these, but 230 days each, that's a bit too long for me. And these ones also are just a little bit too ahead of time for me. I also don't want to change my production of enforcer armor because I am still in the red. It's going to still take me 75 days to make that up. So I don't want to mess with that production. So instead, I'm going to go for platoon training, 5% more division organization. It works for me. Actually, it's so weird having to do this. I'm still not getting used to it. Let me expand the rank so I can increase my special forces capacity and get a decrease in their training time. There we go. So that's that one done. And now we can go back and do the platoon training. There we are. Okay, T51B production is finished. Now I am going to work on doctrinal thought. So I can just clean up this and finish this tree here. With new blood comes new ideas. Wastelanders think and fight a different way to the Brotherhood, and this experience often proves valuable to the Brotherhood as a whole. By making our Wasteland initiates compose reports of their previous battles, we can examine them to gauge the state of the Wasteland and prepare accordingly. 50% research bonuses for land doctrine coming up in god-awful 60 days. Now, this construction of infrastructure here in the old Spokane state is working. I have, by doing that, gotten it down to 616. So that, put that in half, is 308. So that seems to be enough for me. So I am going to start a lend lease. I'm going to send convoy ships, and I'm going to put in here 310. Okay, 620. That should be enough. And I'm going to send, I have the political power waiting as well, so we can get the notification should come up here. It should take about a month, if I'm not mistaken, for that to go through. Then we can annex them, and I should have enough political power to immediately start justifying on MacArthur. Montana chapter seems to be holding, but I've got nothing else to do, so I might as well help them out. The Mojave chapter has taken New Vegas, so they're doing quite well. And also down to the south, I'm very happy to see the Alamo chapter has actually survived this long. Let's go. All right, here we are. This is what I was waiting for. I believe it took a month and 2 days. I think I sent it off on the 3rd of September. It's now the 5th of October, but never mind that. We can lower the autonomy of a subject. So let's go here and annex them. Okay, so they are now mine. What do we have here? Decision-wise, unite the Tri-Cities. What is that? Establish complete control of the Confluence, Snake, and Upper Colorado rivers. We can merge the Tri-Cities into one entity. They're functional as one already, and now that no pesky state borders can separate them anymore, they can fulfill full potential once. Own and own both of them. It's going to cost me 10 political power. Okay, we're going to do that. But first, most importantly, MacArthur, let me justify my war goal on you. I want to cancel. Sorry, I always like to focus on their capital. This will take 60 days, 12 political power. Even just justifying on this should take some units off their line against me, which will already help. So I've got 90 left over. So let's actually do this. Let's actually do that. Let's see what happens there. Having some fun times. That must, yes. Oh, so it's already done. There's a Tri-City. So all that now there has become a Tri-Cities. Fantastic. What units did I get? I got 27 units. All infantry. Let's see if they look like that one there. 16 width. Ghouls. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do with these guys is the following. I'm going to make them, I'm going to recommission this one here. Take all these guys. Let's put them in nice order. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Never mind. Take all of you. Put them in there. Now, I'm going to delete 7 of them. And I'm trying to keep the order going. So that is... how many selected? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I get another one out of here somewhere? I guess not. So let's just take out this bottom one here. That is 7. Delete you. You can get a whole bunch of stuff. That'll be actually quite useful for my garrisons. And then let's turn you all into normal 10 width infantry, and I can keep you as a backup. I'm going to gain a whole bunch of stuff. That'll be very useful for the war coming up. And just in case someone wants to start anything funny, I will keep you in reserve. Let's put you guys here. There. Let you train. Join up here. And, okay, no other units. So let me get a field commander. Right. Let me first add there. So now he has all the medals. And now I can promote him. Okay, Nathaniel, you will lead. I don't know what to call this unit yet, but you will watch that north there for me. Okay, so 60 days, going to war, and I think that will be enough. I'm not going to take this. I'll give it to Montana chapter. I think that might actually be enough for the video. One big final war against a proper elite enemy, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. Alright, walking tanks is finished. As of right now, I am going to do nothing with this research slot, because in 26 days, yes, this will be complete, and then I can start the next focus with a 26-day boost. Yes, that's correct. With research, you can leave this blank, and for maximum 30, you actually get a boost of 30 days research into whatever you want to use, and I can use it once my land doctrines have been unlocked. It's not the same for normal focuses. You only get a 10-day boost there, and that's why if you don't have focus for more than 10 days, as soon as you hit day 11, it's actually just not worth cancelling it, because unlike research, you don't save the history, you lose it. So, but with research, I can do that. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. So I'm going to leave this until doctrinal thought is done, and then I can start my next research. All right, local workspaces is done. Now, you need to be careful when you are saving up a research slot like that, because if you just click here, it'll go to whichever one has a boost. So I'm going to manually select this research slot, and I am going to take basic tools. Again, for the efficiency cap and the growth, we get that one done, and we can just say, okay. Yes, double check everything is right. Well, what's it? Doctrinal thought is finished. For a moment, I actually thought it was a waste of my time to do this whole war thing, because Montana chapter really started knuckling down on MacArthur here. But then, these guys, the purple guys here, they also declared war on Montana chapter. So now they're fighting 2 wars. So now I'm definitely glad I'm doing this. I'm going to finish off this branch with combined operations. Learning to fight alongside former wastelanders can be difficult. Their wild, survivalistic-minded style of combat can often be hectic and unpredictable. This is precisely why recruiting them is so valuable, and why fitting them into our command structure is so beneficial. That wild, unpredictable nature only makes our squads more effective than before. So I'm going to get combined operations. Out of combat supply penalties minus 10%. Planning speed plus 10%. Max planning plus 10%. And a reduction of time penalty and a 50% research bonus valid for 1 researcher in infantry technology. So we're going to start that off. I have about, it's the 4th of December, my justification is ready. So a month and 2 days. Let's do this now. We're going here, and we're going to, now which one? I am going to go for principle. Principle is basically always the best, unless you are somehow planning on losing, purity. No, I'm going to go for principle. So recon infiltration will be the one to go for. 106 days there. Oh, and we've got a day left on combat blimps. We can do that quickly. And I've got something that I actually want to do. With that research bonus coming my way, I would like to use it here. But then I need to get this one started, otherwise this one will get the bonus. So I'm going to do overcharge, and it is an entire freaking year though. Oh my giddy aunt. Then it might actually just be... I don't think I'm going to get these weapons. Might as well just save it for that then. Okay, let's choose something else. We did airplanes. How's this looking? 208. No, that's a bit much. I'm do my combat air blimps. Let's just make my carbine struts a bit better. Let's just, sorry, carbine struts will just give me more air defense. Let's do that. And now let's... Oh, I'm running out of factories here, and I didn't even notice. Combat blimp. Let's get you guys. These things also take a hell of a long time to be made. So I'm going to try boosted. I've got 2 extras. Let me put most important. Actually, no, let me just try to get my blimps out as fast as I can, and then I can go there and there. Actually, just make it 5. They can flip as they go. Because very soon I'm going to finish my infrastructure construction, and then I can work on more military factories. Okay, we're going to keep it like that. Where did I... Oh, I forgot to actually get them back. Okay, I'm cancelling that one. Everything on the ships. That's something I forgot to mention about Annexing. Not only did I get their army, I also got their navy. I got 11 ships. Not my ones. And I haven't decided to upgrade them or not, because I'm currently building. But right now, these light ships are from Spokane State. I'll probably just keep them the way they are. They're training to get me some naval experience, and we'll follow, carry on with that. Okay, here we are. It is time to lend my Brotherhood friends a hand. My justification is done. Before we get things started, I have some political power. With that, this focus coming up, I want to get my Van Graafs. I don't know if it'll affect anything, but should take the research speed down a little bit. Things are actually heating up around me. The Marrow Drinkers are going against the Malek tribe, and Broken Coast is going against Pass Keepers. So it's actually still quite early in the game. It's only been almost 4 years. So things are actually starting to kick off now. Let me declare my war. All right. Oh, something I need to do. Let me give this guy some perks. So this is why I gave him the medal, so he can get some traits. He's just infantry, so I'm going to give him infantry attack and defense. And then I'm going to go for rooted. Yes, I'm going to go for rooted. Because these guys will be a defensive unit in a discussion. Let's kick off this armor group order. I've just got one running towards MacArthur Air Force Base. It's going to be a real pain. If there's no resistance, I'm going to boost these guys up to aggressive, so that the way it works is, as long as they have an objective, even if they line split, they will carry on attacking, and that's basically what I want. So let's go. Okay, complicated circuitry is done. Not going to do any more radar. I am going to go, which is quicker. Going to go get my long range radio. Hopefully I can reach some other Brotherhood nations. The Lost Hills has sent me one volunteer. That will be here in 9 days. Port Moore also asked to join the war, but all they did last time was just want to send me expedition troops. So I actually said no to them, to be frankly honest. And I have decided what to name this unit. It is the Spokane. I hope I've actually spelled that correctly. Remnants. That's where they're from. That's what they're going to do. And these guys are going to carry on kicking some ass and taking some names. Let's see how the war's actually doing. Yeah, see they're already 45% towards capitulation. Not on a faction. Maybe they can join me. You never know. Well, this is going swimming. Platoon training is done. That's not finished. 200 days on that one. 250, 248. What do we have here? 193. Which has the lowest production cost? It is incinerators. Let's get incinerators. Burn them all to hell. Okay. Apart from having to split my units up for all these little freaking canyons, this is going... I'm going to use the word swell. Alright, so with combined operations done, there's nothing actually I really feel the need that I need to do with the focus tree. So I'm literally just going to start from the top, work my way down. Start with some aerial operations. Flexibility is something our organization often lacks. In order to account for our weaknesses, we must turn them into strengths. In the past, vast expeditions had to be undertaken with the aid of aerial equipment. We can learn from this. So, plus 25 air experience, plus 50% bonus for air technology. We can get that underway. I have put my troops up to aggressive, still only using Necrophilian and Kara. The other guys are going to guard the north because you never know. Oh, 1st of January 2279. Okay, for some reason, only now, 2 years after this became available, the hunting the first focus has been bypassed. Okay, once this war's over, I can do claims and a dispute on the Troll Warren's former core territories. Oh, that's something interesting to look forward to. Oh, well, there we have it. MacArthur is gone. Did get some equipment for my trolls. I am actually going to do nothing because They literally did more than 10 times the effort I did. So I'm going to let Montana go crazy with this. Make sure they have everything. Let's just pass a few more times. Yep, I'm going to leave it at that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the guys over here to Mississippi over here in case Montana needs some help there, which I doubt. And I'm going to get my guys down here to the south. Maybe I can have some fun here against the Morrow drinkers. So Carbane, whatever, those struts came with some nice defense for my aircraft. I'm going to get some more range now with drop tanks. Then I finally have the ability to core a state, and that is the Couve over here. So I'm going to core that. Now I just need to core East Portland. So I need to get 113. So that is actually within the requirements. I do need to have a resistance problem here in the old Spokane state. Did I actually spell it? Yeah, I did spell it correctly. Well done me. So let's move this young lady to where is the highest resistance. 25 across the board. Okay, let's do here, because that means that for coring I'll be able to go that way. These guys are chilling. Montana chapter is pushing up north, not getting involved there. For some reason they don't want to be my friends. They don't want to do a non-aggression pact with me or anything else like that. So c'est la vie. It is what it is. I'll leave them there, and once this focus is done, I think let's have some fun with the marrow drinkers, because MacArthur was boring. I mean, I don't think that any units went up against me. They're all tied up by Montana chapter, who is looking larger than charged, just by the way. Thank you very much. Probably the biggest. Yep. Montana chapter. Largest Brotherhood nation right now. Okay. Basic tools is finished. I'm actually finally feeling that I'm actually catching up here. Let me just start from the top and work my way down here. Let's do the other way around. Let's get some construction. Haven't done that in a while. Metalworking, more construction speed. And recon infiltration is done. Told you having 5 research slots is amazing. This is going to take 10% away from my recruitable population, but my army is just, yeah, hardness 10, soft, hard, and air attack all goes up by +5. You get that underway. All right, aerial operations is finished. Now that I can come back here, I can go for attack on the Warren. The Warren has shown us that they grow exponentially, will grow exponentially if left unchecked. We will need to push south and launch an invasion if we are to prevent them from launching a preemptive strike on our own. It's not genocide, it's mercy. Okay, so grants Western Brotherhood claims and unlocks territorial decisions for the Troll Warrens, former core territories. They'll probably be here. I hope they say no, because it's going to look a bit weird if I've got just one unit there. And I'm also hoping that they actually finish off the Milo tribe in the next 60 days. So I can take this whole bit, and then I might even just annex Portmore as well, since I got my convoys back anyways. Alright, attack on the Warren Hasgi completed, and I have my decisions for demanding my rightful territories. Let's just have a look at what those territories. Okay, so it's oh, okay. So it looks like it's a whole bunch there. So I was going to say I was going to wait for this war to be over. Now I don't think I'm going to do that. Unless they say, you know what, no, I'm going to stick with my original plan. I'm going to wait for this war to be done. It shouldn't take that long. They've got, what, 1.5 tiles until they're finished. Then I'll demand my rightful territories. And if they say no, I'll take them all out of the situation. But that leaves me what to do as a next focus. Let's go back to my other plan, water operations, just doing lines top to bottom right now. With secure access to a large body of water, we can begin to expand our operation to a naval theatre. Though we have little to no experience in such matters, we can look to pre-war tactics for guidance. So, 2 building slots, 2 naval dockyards will occupy them. A naval brotherhood will get me plus 10% naval research speed and 0.1 naval experience each day. Okay, let's just wait for this war to get done. Well, that was certainly over quicker than I thought. Mora drinkers have defeated the Milo tribe. Broken claw, shattered shell, but the tide will return. And the tide may well just be me. So, they have... I think it's 10 days is the standard thing for this. Yeah, 10 days to make up their minds what's going to happen. And that will decide what's going to happen for this rest of this playthrough. Oh, one thing I must tell you about. I have changed up my occupation template, especially here, to the rioters, the enforcer armor. I did start off with a 54 deficit of infantry armor. That's down to 8. It's nice that I have a nice solid production of them now. So that will help bring my resistance down here quite quickly. Okay, so be it. The Mora drinkers have rejected my ultimatum. War it is then indeed. Will it kicked off automatically? Just wait a day. No. But there is my war declaration. So let's declare war on them. I am going to call Portmore into the war. Basically, they can take that stretch along the coast. I'll take probably just this bit here. And let's kick this war off. Leaving my my remnants off to guard the other side of my territory there. And... let's just take care of business over here. Oh, drop tanks is done. And I've got a research bonus here. Let me get... have I actually gotten any combat blimps made yet? Let's actually go check that out quickly. Let's... which takes long this year? 59. Oh, definitely using the bonus here. And I will take my volunteers. Thank you very much. And let's just actually check if there are any available. Wow, okay, I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's just do combat blimps for now. Those guys should hopefully fall in. Okay, so let's add these guys on. Same as always, set to normal operations, so they might not be firing straight away. And what should I use them on? Interception, no. Strategic bombing. Let's do logistic strikes for them and attach them. Oh, you can't attach them. Oh, you can attach them. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. I love it. Love when a plan comes together. Long range radio's done. Let me get a decryption boost first. Then explain what's going on here. So Portmore not doing so well, so I have called the Spokane remnants just to guard the border. They're busy moving across now. They're not going to attack. They're definitely not an attacking. They're only 10 with. They're not going to do well. I do have some political power here, but I'm waiting to call East Portland here. Resistance has gone up, so that means I should actually... let me bring that, what's her name? Let's just bring her back. Just take care, oh yeah, take care of some business there. I'm going to call that, then I can call across there. All right. Okay, this is something that's beginning to annoy me with the AI. They keep on sending me units where they should be sending units to fight for themselves. I am disbanding them. They should just stop this nonsense. It's really actually starting to annoy me having to pause and delete them all the time. Let's get some more resources just in case I start to run out. Keep that open so when I get below 20 points of resistance I can call that. Doing very well on this side here. War is definitely in my favor, especially since they have lost more than 6 times the troops that I have. Okay, warrior code done. let's move on to combined arms. This gives a boost to my support power armor that you can attach to your infantry units and my infantry in general. Just need to make it very clear that it's just for normal support units. Alright, water operations finished. What is another good? Bunker mindset, maybe. Staging bases, no. Port expansion, let's go here for bunker mindset. Your brotherhood overall. Almost all the members of the Brotherhood were born in a bunker, and most of us spent our lives growing up in and around them. For us, the safety of a bunker is reassuring and comforting. As a result, Brotherhood fortifications are built to a higher standard than most others due to our familiarity. I don't know what is wrong with my tongue. With reinforced structures. Okay. Bunker mindset. Max entrenchment speed plus 15%. Max entrenchment plus 1. Still waiting for this to go down. And I basically decided that once this war's over, I reckon we're done with this one, guys. Yeah, let's carry on. That side channel attack is done. Let's get some encryption for myself now. Oh, how long does that want to go? One more day. Let's just carry on rolling. Crimson Acolytes have declared war against the Timberline over here. Incinerator's done. Before I do anything there, let me just take care of business here. Let's get a nice boost for my heavy special forces. And finish off with refining the best. Yes, okay, so that's all that done. Now, what air? I don't have enough air experience for anything. Okay, a naval, got a bonus there. This is really terrible. We have to do this. We are using capital ships mostly, so I'm going to go for that one. 7, so I've run out there. So now let's look at what to research. Yes, let's do this one-time bonus here. 140 days. I probably want to make that one. What's this here for? 45. Now let's do this one. And I need to change this up to incinerators. Oh, 32. What is in the red? Oh, power armor is in the red, so it's infantry armor. Okay, let's take care of infantry armor, since I need that both for my troops and my garrisons. Let's get that sorted out. Anything else that's going to be finishing soon? No. No. Okay. Okay. The morrow drinkers are done for. I've got a whole bunch of super mutant behemoths. They're probably going to be put to death straight away. Now I am going to take just this territory here. Basically what I was supposed to get if I had gone to war with the Troll Warren. Yeah, shall I take that one? No, let's not take that one. Let's just keep it like that. Well, should I? Because then I have access to Arroyo. Yeah, let me take that one, because then if Arroyo wants to cause any nonsense, I have access to that. But actually, as I say that, let me just pass a few times. Oh, hold on. Portmore didn't get anything. I have to take everything. Alright, select all. There we go. Portmore, you're literally just a port right there. You are nothing else. Okay. So now we have the Brotherhood has defeated the Morrow Drinkers in the cold comic all our comic strips. The antagonist always loses in the end. Okay, well, they only lost because they said no to me. You know what? I really don't know what else to do here. Without a focus tree to guide me, I've helped out Montana. I can't reach the Mojave chapter to send out volunteers. I'm still too far away. That's it. Washington Brotherhood, oldest of the old nations, and still great, even though their focus tree is very, very old. Once you get started, like everything else, nothing compares to the stress of fighting in the beginning. Very solid choice for those that like to do the world domination runs. an excellent choice because of the generic style of the Brotherhood tree really helps you out with just giving you boosts basically everywhere you need it. But yeah, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.